Hello, everyone, and welcome to Burn the Ship, the podcast where entrepreneurs go all in on their business and we help connect them with business owners who can help. Today, we have a special guest. We have Stephanie Diamond with Diamond Chick Consulting. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks.
Good. Thank you so much for coming by today. We truly do appreciate it. And today, Stephanie is going to share with us a little bit about her journey and how to get involved in your business. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. So my journey. I grew up in South Carolina. I was a military brat, so we lived all over the place, but primarily lived in Greer, South Carolina.
Okay.
Moved to Atlanta in '99. Had two beautiful children. Worked in nonprofit. I actually worked all over the place. I've done so many different jobs, which is not surprising if you know who I am. And then in 2000, I guess it was 2018, I had to make a life change, and I did, and moved into a world that I was completely uncomfortable with, and it's been the best experience.
Awesome. So it sounds like you're going to have a great story to tell us about burning your ship. So we definitely look forward to it. Now let's go back to South Carolina. So what branch of military was it?
He was Army.
Army. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good deal. Now you have said you went through some nonprofits and charities. Tell me a little bit about the work you were doing.
So I went into college wanting to be I started off with many things, but I wanted to be a CPA. So I did all the accounting for whatever, there was reasons, but I ended up being a theater major, which was a little shocking.
Acting.
Well, no, more stage management.
Okay.
I like having a clipboard and a stopwatch and sometimes a whistle. But I minored in arts management. So when I graduated from high school, I somehow landed at the Community Foundation, which is a nonprofit down in Charleston, and being able to see the impact that this company or that this organization made on other organizations was extremely inspiring, and it gave me a reason to get up every morning. And I left that. I was there for about 3 years, and then started my family and moved and kind of went away. But then 2008, I started working at a school in the school office, and didn't have an education background, so I was not able to move forward in education, but I did stay there for 10 years in the admissions and outplacement department, which allowed me to, again, get involved, talk to the people that were coming into the school and leaving, helping them, basically calming nerves. Parents were very upset when they were calling because they were at their wits' end with their kids and their education. So I've been talking to people and getting to know people and understanding hearing their stories pretty much my entire life. But now I get to do it for a living and be able to actually see the direct impact that I can make.
Well, nice. That's a good foundation for our audience to hear, where you have had a big heart by giving back with your charitable services, as well as being inside of the school. That's a big thing because you have to have a very caring ear when it comes to kids, because you know how parents are. You said you're a parent, so you definitely understand that. So that's a great foundation for our audience to know. So tell us a little bit about now. What are you doing now?
So now I'm doing business primarily under Diamond Chick Consulting. So I got certified to be a producer in 2018. And so this is my 4th year now, which I cannot believe it's been 4 years. But over the last year, I started becoming very successful. I was talking to a lot of people. There was a lot of exposure to a lot of things, but I was unable to help the majority of the people that I was talking to, because I was limited to what I could provide, health insurance wise. So I thought, well, I got to change this because it's getting kind of frustrating to talk to a bunch of people and then say someone else can help. So I got myself appointed with another company where I'm able to basically be a broker. So I'm now essentially, I guess, selling myself versus insurance. If you need insurance, I can help. It's basically, who do you want to buy it from?
Nice.
So,
nice.
And I have found the purpose. Diamond Chick has allowed me to find the purpose in what I'm doing.
Okay.
So,
That's good. That's excellent.
Which was something that was missing before.
Right. Because I remember before, you were helping people with insurance, and now we've talked about how you're able to help businesses get involved in their business. Now, we want to try to highlight that today and want you to share a little bit with the audience. So tell us about that skill that you've acquired and how you help businesses with that.
So I think the biggest Let me see. Let me figure out how to phrase this. The biggest change that I had in my life that I think is what I would like to help others get comfortable doing was getting involved. And I know that sounds so basic, but it's just walking outside the door. And you never know what's going to happen when you walk out the door. You don't know who you're going to meet. You don't know. And it could be completely unrelated to anything that you were thinking about inside. But when you walk outside the door, things happen. And whether it's getting involved in a nonprofit, I do volunteer for mostly mutts, which is my little passion right there. Got my name tag on. But again, that's not really helping my job per se, but it's helping me stay active. And activity is key. When you're not active, nothing's going to happen. So, talking to these small businesses that are the Great Resignation. There have been so many people who've said, I'm tired of doing this for someone else. I'm going to do it for myself. That's a very common thing right now. But you need tools and you need support. And having someone who's kind of been through that and has done some of the trial and errors, which is how I learn. I don't learn from reading a book. I learn from actually doing it.
That's right. That's right.
And I don't want to go in saying I know how to do everything, but inspiring people to at least try and get outside their comfort zone.
Yeah, that's a good thing, because if we stay inside of that circle, we're going to be limited. If we have an environment where we just have a cap on it like that, then we'll never grow.
If I think about where I was this time last year, I think I was probably sitting in this office and we were writing a little note. I had no idea that this was going to be where I was a year from now. I mean, so I can't wait till next year. It'll be very interesting to see what happens next year.
Awesome. So, now, with that particular skill about getting involved, I know that's how you're helping us now. Tell us how you believe that can help other business owners when it comes to their future.
So, it's not going to happen overnight. Getting involved is not something that I've joined this, so why has nothing happened? It takes time to build those relationships. And building those relationships, I think, is what keeps a company or an organization alive. You, especially in small businesses, especially in this area, the Ackworth, Kennesaw, Marietta, there's so many, and just going even more west, there's so many opportunities to build those communities versus the big business. So when you're talking to small businesses and finding out what their struggles are, you may be able to give some feedback, or maybe you're struggling, you don't realize that everyone else is struggling. So you're getting feedback. So it's a giver's gain type of thing. It's a two-way street.
Awesome.
So,
well, that's good. That's good. Now, we're talking about how your skill that you're sharing with us today can help business owners in the future. What does the future of Diamond Chick Consulting look like?
I have no idea. So somebody came and gave a talk about, would you ever pack your bags and go on a trip and have no idea where you're going? Most people say no. I'm so that person, because you just don't know what's going to come. My philosophy, I guess is the best way to put it, is to be prepared for whatever happens, for when the opportunity arises. We've learned in the past 2 or 3 years that things can change on a dime, and you've got to be adaptable. And I think that you just have to. Just when I figure something out, then the world changes. So I've decided to not really totally define what Diamond Chick's going to be doing. But I think I finally found the route, and it's really just setting people up for success. I'm going to set you up for success, and that's in every aspect of my life. I take that philosophy in every aspect.
That's going to be cool, because that's going to allow us to do podcasts in the future and see what steps you have taken, the successes that you've had over time. So, it's a good setup for us. So, you just keep it flexible and just let it go how it's going.
Well, and another thing that now that I'm thinking, just came to mind. One of the things that I had to do was basically start from scratch. And there are a lot of tools out there to use. There's a lot of there's CRMs, there's calendar or scheduling programs. There's all kinds of different things to help you, but it's hard to know what you're going to actually need. So this is something that I've talked about to several other businesses, is try the free version of something. And if you get value out of it, then invest in it. And when you're investing in yourself, when you invest in yourself, you've got that drive to make sure that money's going to go as far as it can go. So, just for those businesses that are out there that have a need, try the cheap version first. And
Right.
if it works, then you can add to it. So
Right, right.
it's kind of going off topic.
See, look at that consulting. She's letting you guys know some of those things that you need to be doing already. So let's talk about Stephanie a little bit. Let's say Diamond Chick Consulting has gotten all the people covered with their insurance needs, and you've connected them with everything they need to have a good business, and money isn't a problem. What would Stephanie be doing?
Well, not sitting still, because that's not a skill that I have. It's funny because we had a question like this before, and what I do in my free time is clean, which is kind of crazy. But I think if insurance was not in my life, I would still be doing all the other stuff. So part of what I do, I've become a director consultant with BNI. So I'm going in and supporting other chapters. And I think I would probably foster that path and setting others up for success and just kind of floating around and doing it.
Now, that is a true history of helping people. That's a big thing. You know, a lot of people are just really focused on themselves and trying to figure out how to get my specific goals accomplished. It seems like what you're doing is trying to set everyone else up, and that's going to help you to find that success. So we truly do appreciate that. And one of the things that we want to do is ask you how the audience can get in contact with you so that they can get some of that consulting that you have.
So you can visit my website, which is www.diamondchickconsulting.com. My calendar's on there. There's some links. We just created a new page it's a calendar page that has links to different networking events if you're wanting to get involved. We're hoping to add more to that page. Email me. You can call me. All my information is on my website. That's probably the easiest way to pinpoint me. But I carry my cell phone everywhere I go, so I'm reachable.
Okay.
And I do my best to get back with people within 24 hours.
Awesome. So audience, if you have any of the needs or have questions for Stephanie, please reach out. Please go to her website. That way you can get connected with her. And as you know, the name of the podcast is Burn the Ship. In 2018, you said you had to make that change. It was time for a change, and I'm moving in a new direction, and you had to burn your ship. Now, share with the audience, why is it important for them to burn their ship?
Well, if you're gonna go or commit yourself to something, it's all or nothing. You can't go in half-assed, and you gotta commit to it. And sometimes that can be pretty, sometimes it can be ugly. But if you don't commit wholeheartedly, you're not going to put all of your heart into it. So,
right. Seems like a plan A only.
Kind of. Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah. I mean, your plans can change, but you got to, I don't know. I think that I'm an all or nothing kind of girl.
Okay. Makes a lot of sense, because if you have your energy over here and a little bit of energy over here, you're never going to be able to get fully in one particular thing. So
you're going to spread yourself way too thin.
that makes tons of sense.
Right.
Thank you so much for sharing that part. And as you know, this is a podcast to highlight you.
All right.
So you get the last word. So tell us about it.
All right. So this was a quote that I saw in a restaurant, and I swear it just comes up more often than not. So this is going to be my quote for the day. You can't make everybody happy. You're not a taco.
Nice.
I don't know. It just spoke to me. I thought that was amazing.
I get it. Well, Stephanie, thank you so much for coming on today. We truly do appreciate you sharing. And again, people, if you have any questions for Stephanie, please reach out for her. And thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much, Roderick.
Awesome.
All right.